Good morning, everyone. And I will be making this presentation on behalf of Iocaribe. As it was mentioned, as one of our three subsidiary regional bodies at IOC. So from the beginning, the very beginning, and sorry, I'm doubting because this seems to be another presentation, slightly different from the one I had in mind. In any case, I'll take over this. We have basically two different regions or sub-regions within Iocaribe, and that means that we have a slight, sometimes bigger asymmetry in terms of ocean sciences, capacity, and as well as in economic development. We have countries that can qualify as mid-income countries, and other ones are small island developing states. Not only because of the dimension, but because of the low resilience, the high vulnerability, and high dependence on the ocean. So as for Iocaribe and main strategic lines, we can identify four. The first one is oceans and climate. Second one is ocean science, technology, and sustainable use of coastal and ocean resources, with particular focus on large marine ecosystems, integrated coastal area management, marine spatial planning. But then we have another strategic line, and that's related to natural hazards and disaster risk reduction. And finally, we got the observing system and coastal hazards forecasting and early warning systems. So this is one of the cases that it's very recent. One of the problems, kind of a algae bloom, and it's the case of sargassum. So as you can see, the importance of correctly managing data and information and generating the products in support of decision making. Here you have the images from 2012 to 2018 and the evolution of the sargassum in the area, and that has created a lot of problems in the area. But unless we are able to present the case properly, then decisions cannot be made in due time. Of course, then we have natural hazards, and we have the problem with the hurricanes in the area of the Caribbean. They are subject to hurricanes, and for that, ocean observations are critical, just to determine if the tropical storm can turn into a hurricane or not, issue the appropriate warnings, but by the same token, then they also have the risk of tsunamis. So for the Iocaribe regional programs and projects, they go from, in the case of observations for sargassum and oil spills, as part of Iocaribe Goose, the goose components in the Caribbean, to harmful algae blooms and network in the area to monitor seawater data or other harmful algae blooms, and as the case of just shown, the sargassum. Of course, we have an early warning system for the Caribbean. In the area, we also have a warning system for the Pacific coast of the countries that share also the Caribbean Sea. And the important thing here is, and we will come back later this afternoon when we talk about capacity development, to have the populations ready to react when you have a warning of this type of hazards. And for that we need information, and for that we need data and communication. One of the other elements I would like to cite is, for example, Caribbean Marine Atlas. This is built from the original first phase of Caribbean Marine Atlas into now the second phase of Caribbean Marine Atlas, providing the countries in the region with invaluable experience and expertise to work towards building indicators and having maps and supporting decision making. In terms of mapping the area, that we have in the Caribbean, the project for the International Barometric Chart of the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico as part of ZEPCO. In terms of IODE, we have a network, it's IODE that covers the Caribbean in all Latin American countries. And we have very interesting experiences in terms of marine spatial planning and coastal area management, as well as working with other organizations with the Caribbean Large Marine Ecosystem Plus project, putting together the Caribbean Large Marine Ecosystem in the North Brazil Shelf LME. So as I said, we got the Caribbean Marine Atlas, starting with the first phase in 2009, and that evolved from having national portals of spatial data into CMA2 with regional platform with indicators, and we have the able coordination of NBMR Colombia to move this forward. CMA2 project builds upon the experience gathered through CMA, as well as the strategic synergies built through, for example, CLME2 Plus, together with UNDP and GEF. The opportunities that Ocean Teacher provides for capacity development in the area. ICANN in the development of the coastal area network, maps and products. OBIS is our component of the Ocean Biogeographic Information System. As I said, IODE and IAMSLIC in terms of information management. And we are proud to be contributors to Ocean Docs and have quite a good number of ocean experts in our database, in the IODE database. So CMA2 is some pilot partners, but that does not mean that the product is not available for the rest. So they are doing the work, and the Atlas is a good example and an element for decision all around the Caribbean, and an example for other areas. So we are building on CMA2 also to develop other initiatives. In terms of capacity development, in the last 5 years, the numbers in the area of the Iocaribe are quite impressive. The total number of people that received training, it's a little over 1,000, almost 80, 1,079. Taking advantage of the Ocean Teacher Global Academy, we are fortunate to have a regional training center in our region. The training in tsunami, those are taking probably half of all the trainings in the region in the last 5 years. Training on harmful algae blooms, the training related to the Caribbean Marine Atlas II, training related to integrated coastal area management, and one of those cases will be an inclusion also of SPINCAM, although it's in the Pacific, but we had the opportunity to take advantage of that training for the whole area. And we had more than 24 countries participating. But also in terms of capacities, and this is a work carried out, a survey and research carried out by Iocaribe Secretariat. When we look at the full region in the Americas, we have a total of 777 ocean sciences program going from bachelor's degrees to PhDs. So if we take North America a little bit outside, that's 31.9%. Almost half of the trainings come from 5 countries: Brazil, Mexico, Chile, Argentina, and Colombia. And in the rest of the region, we have 22% of the trainings. And if you go back to the Global Ocean Science report that was cited earlier this morning by our Executive Secretary, Dr. Ryavanen, you will see the scientific production of the region, and it's quite impressive. But you also need to remind, when we started, we said we have important asymmetries in the region. So not all the region has the same capabilities or the same capacities. We benefit from the possibility, and in the case of Iocaribe, the advantage of working together with other networks, in this case the Global Ocean observing system regional alliances for the US and Canada. We have the IODE. We have a specific component of GOOS in Iocaribe. And we work together with OCEATLAN and GRASP, different associations and different networks throughout the region that allow us to move forward, like LAOCA network for ocean acidification. All in all, it's good work going on, a lot to be done. Thank you very much.